Let's just say when I was recording for the second episode, I kind of messed up the recording, and so now you guys don't get to see me build the rest of the house or make the plant farm. So, you know, enjoy this second episode instead. But also don't worry, because you guys didn't miss out on much at all. It was very boring. Oh, you guys missed out on a bit. So for one, I did explore that island, though there wasn't anything too interesting on there. Just some flowers, which I used to then decorate this place, which, I did a nice job. I also finished the roof. Um, I also made my storage system, as well as my kitchen. So here's a few interesting things. One, the woodcutter. This thing's amazing. You know that stupid little scam where you need 6 wood to make four stairs? Well, yeah, this does a one-on-one thing. So, hold on. For example, I do this. Bang. This is the wrong kind of wood. Hold up. Give me a second. This. One for one. It's genius. Mojang, take notes. Oh, one thing that was on the island though was this anvil though, which I promptly used. There was also a good amount of iron, which allowed me to make iron armor, and then gold, which I made a golden apple with. I also made my cooking area from stuff which I was able to get from previous places, but I did have to make this skillet with a stupid amount of iron. And another thing, I did make my bedroom. The final product looks like this. I know, not very interesting, but we'll add on to it. And there was also a lightning storm, which did this, which not good. It did it on both sides. Yeah, I went to sleep as fast as possible, but it didn't prevent, well, this monstrosity from being stopped. So now we're gonna have to do a regrowing campaign where we regrow the forest. So for today's episode, instead of the farm and finishing the house, which is what I was planning on, which, you know what, whatever, it was pretty boring anyways. Today we'll be making our animal farm and trying to regrow this forest, which did give us ash though, which you can make soap with, which just has 100 crafting recipes. So we're definitely going to be collecting as much ash as possible. But also rest in peace the forest, of course, because that's far more important, obviously. On second thought, I've just realized that to actually rebuild this place, I'd have to remove all the broken trees and then add new ones, which requires axe durability, time, and, well, bone meal, and I have none of that. So this will actually have to wait, and plus the fire's still spreading to the other side. But one cool thing I did find was like this really pretty place with just the best looking flowers. Hold on. Right over here. Look at these things. This is just beautiful. And then there's also wild onion, which, whoa, dwarf blossoms. This looks cool. So, since we weren't able to see me make my, plant farm, instead we'll be making our animal farm around here. So around here. Yeah. So we have to get rid of all these trees, probably fine up this area, and ideally I want to farm all 4 kinds of animals because there's actually custom like sandwiches and stuff for every single one, which would be sick to use. So let's see how this goes. I'll be getting some wood. I'll most likely be using fir logs because, oh my god, do I have so many of these. So, let's get to it. Mojang needs to take more notes. Look at that. Look at how they connect. It looks so much better, and it's cooler, it's better. Guys, we're playing better MC. So I'm gonna make this pen for both cows and sheep, because then I can just grab a bunch of wheat and then spam it around in the same pen. So let's close this thing up, and then we're gonna need some wheat to lure these guys in. So let's get to it. Alright, it's time to lure some chickens. So if I could just get these two guys, which I can see on the mini map over here, to start following me. There we go, that's one. And then we can get the other one on the way back. So, long ways away until we can get there, but this is going to be the simple part of the episode. Since we obviously don't have the resources to actually fix up the forest today, we will instead probably go mining after we, of course, come up with an official food source, which we will be using, which could be very interesting, because there are a lot of sandwiches and different foods you can make in this game. Think of a steak, but like 10 times better. Like you're adding bread and vegetables onto it, and I believe some of them even give effects, which could be very useful. So I can grab this guy over here as well. And have you two gentlemen follow me. Is that included? No. Okay. Keep following me. We're almost there. To the pen, where you two will be having some fun together. What? I mean nothing by that. The chickens are fine. They're going to be treated very, very well. Isn't that right, guys? I don't mean anything by that, so... There we go. You two are stuck in there now, forever. But at least you'll love each other because of it. So, that's that. That's one of 3 mobs now. Only 2 more to go. And yeah, I'm not doing pigs, because, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I'll be making anything with bacon. So, see you guys in a bit. Now, despite there being so many foods you can make, the issue is we can't actually make any of them, because all of our food is growing. So at the moment, we're going to have to use what we can make do, which includes salmon, which we can cut up into raw salmon slices, which can then be used to make cabbage rolls, or we can make fish stew. Now I'm thinking we could make a combination of both, because we do just have a river nearby, so we can just combine all the rice we have, and let's see. We can combine all the onions we have with tomatoes to make fish stew, which we can make plenty of, and use all the cabbages we have as well. So the only question is, how do you make tomato sauce? Because I believe we have a finite amount of that. Oh yeah. Can we also possibly do the same exact thing? Yes, we can. So the main thing is onions, which we have plenty of. Right. So this will be our main food source. Though that does mean that we have bowls. It does require wood. It's literally all labeled. I don't know why that took so long. So, if we come here, we can go like this. Give us plenty of that. I'm stupid. Now, if we want to make tomato sauce, we need to put in 2 tomatoes to make 1 tomato sauce. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then like that, and then like that. And then we put in our bowls. There we go. Now at the same time, we can actually take our knife and just start cutting. Like so. And also take our salmon, or rather our cod, and do the same thing. And finally, take some of our onions, like so. And we wait to have enough. Now we can put this all in here and start making our fish stew. And because that's not enough, that doesn't use up all of our fish, we can now come here and do this to be incredibly efficient. We are going to be going mining now, so wish me luck, because we're going to be going down into this cave and trying to basically take over as much of it as possible, though as safely as possible, because I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like dying. So let's start off by making sure that the general coast is clear. Webbing. This is disgusting. I've never actually been down in one of these spider caves, so this is a risk I am taking, but alas, it is a risk I'm willing to take. So let's get as much coal and iron as we possibly can, because that's stuff that we are in serious need of. That's a zombie. I will say there is a lot of coal here. Now we can use our mini-map to view any threats which may be around us, but we can also use it to find any interesting structures, which so far I'm seeing none. So that's nice. Okay, 2 zombies. Okay, so far we have caviar that at least fill up 2 hunger bars, which is useful. Zombies deal a decent amount of damage, though that makes sense. We're on hardcore. Alright, we're back in here. There are 2 skeletons over there, which... Oh, wait, no, I see on the mini-map there's 4. Okay. Hold on. I would like to avoid them. So, let's go this way. Through here, where we have hit deep slate, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's get... Alright, let's see here. Let's do it. Ooh, let's see what we can do with these. Who knows? Might be useful. So, uses void lily, crystallized glass. This is a amethyst magnum torch. Hollow gem. Okay. We'll collect it just in case. Continuing on. Let's see what else we may find ourselves fortunate enough to find. I will say, diamonds. Diamonds would be nice. I'm not cheating. I swear. Alright. That, well, it wasn't our first diamond, but first time we found a cave, which is definitely cheating. See, we remember. Let's press on. Alright, so apparently, cave spiders will randomly spawn, and when they walk near these, they actually hatch more cave spiders, which is just a lovely way to die. So, I'm going to move into the stalagmite, where I can probably ignore these things, except there is a goblin trigger here, which I'm interested in. So, this guy takes priority. More gold, we'll take it. More iron. I absolutely scammed that guy. Look at that. 1 raw iron for like 2 smelted iron. I'll take it. Now that we're in a good I was gonna say worry less, but there's 3 skeletons there. Maybe it's not worth going there. Maybe we check out what's up there. So, yeah, let's do that. So, first thing I found out, apparently, fish stew might actually give you more than 5 bars of hunger, which is already more than enough. Also, this is what comforting looks like. Do I actually know what it does? No, but I think I'll figure it out.
Bruh, look at this dude.
Eventually. But hey, at least I look funny. Until all that comfort goes away, because I have a bunch of skeletons attacking me. So, that's fun. Anyways, I'll be making my way back up, and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I got out of that cave pretty quickly. Thank you so much for watching. I know today was still filled with a bunch of chores we had to do, but next time, we're going to be doing some more exploration, which I know many of you guys are going to be excited about. We're either going to go east or north, I'm guessing, and, well, hopefully we can find some new blocks to build with in future episodes, and hopefully we can find some more items which will allow us to have an even easier time surviving in, well, what can sometimes be an unforgiving world. See you guys.